Dear Racist, on the day of the incident when you chased my brother in Holbeck in 2005, my brother was chased by a group of Englishmen just for being a Muslim. He was walking to Holbeck to see his friend. Your gang chased him into the industrial estate. This is when my brother felt his life was going to end. Luckily enough, he managed to climb the sharp railings to save his life. His hands were cut deep. He waited for your gang to go so he could safely walk home. When he got home, as a family, we were all scared and felt angry. I used to walk to work near the industrial estate. After the incident, I started taking the bus. Your actions affected the whole family and put fear into the Muslim community. Then I put, I would like you and your gang to educate yourself on how to stop being a racist. I would like you to meet Muslims in the community and talk to them and understand how your actions affect people mentally and physically. I think you should also educate your kids, friends, family and people of similar mindset to you. I think you should go on a restorative justice programme to get closure for yourselves and victims of racism.
It's really good. It sounds like a really to the point, this is what I want. How did you do this?
By doing this, I would actually want to meet racist people, and I would actually want, to explain to them how their actions affect us. It makes me a little bit more, not scared, if that makes sense.
It's a bit of everything. It's just my emotions, I guess, when things happen, especially like the rioting that happened a good few years ago when I was single, and the 7/7. That really affected me a lot. I remember I only just passed driving, and I used to think there's a bomb under my car, and I used to cry so much. So I think it's the feeling of anger and explosions and rain inside you, it's a bit of everything. And I remember I was telling my dad, Dad, can we just stay back home? Because I thought going to Bangladesh. Going to Bangladesh would be safer than staying here at that time. Because there was rioting, there was racism, everything due to those bombings. Not the 9/11. It didn't affect me that much in the 9/11. I used to work in a white company then. Well, it was full of whites, obviously English, but they were really good. They were really good. But the 7/7 did affect me quite a bit. Yeah.
And how long was it before things started getting better for you?
Then I got married, didn't I?
So everything definitely went down.
Everybody's got the right to be who they want to be. Everybody's got the
and
right
the bottom
to
line is
feel
that
how they
regardless
feel.
of what religion it is, you
But
treat people humanely and
this
treat them
woman,
with kindness.
she was her family made her get married. Her family made her get married, and she had a daughter out of this marriage. And then she wasn't happy. Obviously, she didn't feel happy. She wanted to be with a woman, so she went and she had a relationship with a woman. And through this relationship, I don't know what happened with her, but through this relationship, she hated her daughter. I think it was because the fact of the way that she was forced into the marriage and stuff like that. She hated her daughter, and she killed her daughter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And at the same time, there was an incident where there was a white man who killed his entire family.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
He was, in the media, he was portrayed as being mentally ill. This woman was portrayed as being a Muslim, showing scriptures of, whatever, and stuff like that, saying that because she was gay, Muslims did not, they were putting Muslims right out in front of her. And I was...
But nothing's got to do with the religion.
It's
the individual.
It's your character.
It's your character that chooses what you want to do. It's got nothing to do with religion at all.
In my early 20s, when I was taking my driving lessons, and my instructor was English, and this white guy just passed by. It was an open car park, and he just said, "Oi, why are you giving her lessons for? Stick to your own kind. You shouldn't be doing this." And my instructor said, "Salma, stay in the car." He made me feel safe. We didn't come out until he was gone.
Town is Ishmael.
Nah. আমরা ডিস্টেন্স চলাফেরা গেছাখান আর লিচিটো চলাফেরা আর লাগান ডিস্টেন্স আছে গমাই
Wearing masks. They didn't want to wear masks because they were going to turn into Muslims. It's not that easy to turn into a bloody Muslim. People did not eat halal food because it might turn them Muslim. Halal food is the safest food on the planet.
So do you think that's racist, wearing face masks but being banned for niqabs?
Yeah, of course it's racist.
Yeah. There's a lot of irony, isn't there? That it feels like there's one rule for one section of society and another rule for another section of society, isn't it? Whereas now it's become normal for everyone to wear face masks, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't feel safe wearing any cap.
Tamina,
I'd wear this anywhere
Yeah.
in the next 5 years, but I wouldn't feel safe wearing any cap.
Why wouldn't you feel safe?
No, I think I'll get those looks.
Yeah.
And I'll get those terrorist remarks. And mask is a mask. It's for the environment. Everyone knows that, but no. Not with
So you, because of your fear, it's stopping you. It's stopping you doing your own religion or what you feel.
Yeah.
So basically, it's stopping you from living the life that you want to live.
Yeah.
Islam does not say that we have to wear the niqab.
No, but it's what Salma said. How ironic is it? You feel safer to wear a face mask than to actually
to wear a niqab.
wear a niqab, which is exactly the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Right, are you recording this? Because this I really need recording, yeah? I still want an apology from Boris Johnson. Because Boris Johnson has been going round looking like a letterbox. Yeah?
my dad's place.
We were called letterboxes.
Yeah.
And he still has not apologised to this day.
Yeah.
And I want an apology for him.
Well, I was wearing a scarf, right? Yeah. You know when you go to that stage where you're thinking, oh, you're ready to wear a scarf?
Yeah.
And watching my friend wear it, I'm like, okay, I'll wear it. That day I came in because I had science, and there was this guy that got kicked out of South Leeds, and he came into our school. You know what he did? Because I went to sit down on the table, and he pulled my scarf down. Yeah, I felt
There's been a lot of incidents.
বাস তোর আমরা সন্ধ্যা ডিউটি যা রাস্তা ফালমারি দিছে
Kita korse?
ফালমারি উঠে গেছে
Oh, so you jumped here?
Yeah.
What, behind you?
একটা দেখাই লিছে জম করে লিছে and we was scared
আপনি বয়স কত আসলো?
no আমার বেশ মধ্যে হইছিলাম আমার 13 আসল বয়স না 12 ওলা
So you still remember that since you were
yeah
Oh my God.
আর আমার বোন ধরিলাও 10
So, in the 1990s, when I was in high school, about 14, 15, we were going home one day and you have to walk over the bridge to get to the other side, from Holbeck to Beeston. And there was a police van sat under the bridge, knowing full well that there were these English men, about 30 English men in their 20s, early 30s, chasing young Asian kids home. And they chased them up the hill. The police did nothing. They just sat there. They hit them. They cut them, sliced them on the face with a knife. One of them went rolling down the hill. They even hit a girl. They wasn't bothered. And that was in the 1990s. And they had like small little pocket knives. And that's what they were slashing them with. And the police just sat there and did nothing. That was really, really scary. It kind of like...
Scary and so blatantly racist.
And it really put you off going back to school.
Yeah.
Because you kept thinking...
That might happen to you.
Could that happen again? Because we were there, we actually got chased by them. So we were there. Yeah, I was one of the people that got chased by them.
If it's ever happened to someone, you don't know, but when it's happened to you, you realise like how scary it is. Do you know what I mean? And for them to be carrying weapons as well.
মাথার করে হাসু গাছিনি সময় মাইকে 2 দিন যে আলত করলা ইটা খাইয়া কিন্তু হইছে না তারার করতে
না ফয়লা থেকে কোতে ওই বনে ওতে গাঞ্জা খাইছে
তা খাইছো না আর তারার কুস্তি মারামারি দিয়ে করিতে আমরা দরের সামনে আমরা ডরাইয়া
লেকিন তো হইছে নে আমরা কত তো হইয়া যাই আমরা
লাগিয়া দে কত
এটা হইছে আমরা রুফে বা আমরা যে সময় বাড়িয়া যাই যে এটা
No, do you want to know about your own Bangladeshi history and your own cultural history? Or?
Is there even any history about
It's different. It's different if you're Pakistani or Indian. We learn about Indian history and stuff like that. Not like we don't. We learn about white people, especially white people. We learn about. And then one day about black monk. We learn one day about black people.
Which day?
Black History?
Is it Black History Month?
Dear Racist, in 2019 I was sat in the hospital waiting patiently for my mum's appointment to be called. Me and my mum was talking our language as my mum doesn't speak English. As we were talking, other English patients kept looking back at us and tutting at us like we were committing a crime. I felt really angry and frustrated as my mum didn't at the time realise what was happening. My mum felt scared and just told me not to say anything. I kept all my emotions inside me as I didn't want to worry my mum. I would like to tell the people to respect every religion, and it doesn't matter what language is spoken. People need to understand that just because we're in UK doesn't mean everyone knows how to speak English. And it shouldn't be an issue. It should be advertised that English isn't an issue and it should be spoken freely.
Dear racist, we was all in the office discussing something when you made a comment about my headscarf, hijab. You made a comment saying, like that samosa on your head. I didn't know what to say to you at that very moment, but I felt very uncomfortable, awkward and embarrassed. I felt angry at you, but didn't say nothing to you. I couldn't say nothing to you, as you was high above in the rank than me, which made it worse for me to be. I need you to understand and educate yourself on my religion, culture and the fact I am different from you. But I am a human being, just as you are. I too have feelings and emotions. I still have value. You need to learn to respect and accept everybody as they are. Would you like to be made fun of because of who you are? Would you like to be called simply because of what you wear on your head? How would you feel? I need you to ask yourself all these questions. Would you like it if a member of your family went through the same incident as myself? I do not want another person like me to suffer what I did, so please learn to respect each and every one.
When something happens to you, and you go home and it lingers over you for 2-3 days, And some things do actually linger me for 2-3 days, and I think, why do I feel like this, and why am I keep thinking of it? But I don't know what the real thing is. I just keep thinking, and it takes about 2-3 days before it actually goes away from your mind.
Dear Racist, in winter of 2018 I visited London for a prestigious networking and research event, which you also attended. It was a pleasant and professional event until you mentioned that I was probably there because I had a brown mum at home waiting for me to make money. This changed my view on what looked like an outwardly professional prestigious event, knowing that people like you were in the crowd. Whether it was a joke or not was not made clear, so it's difficult for me to see it as anything but racist. I'd like you to know that though at the time you took me by surprise and made me second guess my professional choices, I also realised that not everyone is like you, and I've been fortunate enough to meet individuals and groups that support equality in race and diversity in all industries. These individuals work hard to make sure people like you are not heard or given a spotlight.
How did it make you feel writing that?
That I felt like therapy, That actually did feel like therapy,
That was definitely. And I think what's been good is that you've all had different things, but when I've broken it down to you to realise, the whole point of this project was to realise, it was to do with Black Lives Matter, but how disproportionately our Bangladeshi communities have been affected by COVID.
What's come out of here is some of the incidents that's happened to us, we don't realise it's actually racism. We just take it as though maybe it's just meant to be on us. Yeah. But now that we've gone into depth, we do now realise it is racism.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's quite good, things come out.
Good. On that note, we'll finish it there.